Alright guys, here's part 3 of my Ask a Junkie a Question 1-year anniversary. Alright. Up next is, I just showed my coolest autograph comics that Sunbeam Sting asked me. Great guy, go check him out. Up next is Amazing Murfinator, another great YouTuber. Go check his channel out. The guy puts out some awesome vids. Just, the guy's super cool, so just go check him out. Okay, he asked, how many Preacher comics do I own? Funny enough, I had one Preacher comic, and it was Preacher #1, and I sold it on eBay. I sold it for $225. I just threw it on there, because I'm not really big into Preacher, and that's the only comic that I had. And I was looking to get some other books, and I'm like, you know what, I'll put it on eBay for like $225, $250. If it sells, then I just made some money. It's not a comic that I had any, any strong feelings for. I wish I would have kept it, because I did have it. I bought it off the rack, so it was a newsstand edition. But I sold it. That's the only one I had, so yeah, it's gone. Bye-bye. Off to a new home. And how many #1s? I had one, and it's gone. Okay. Matt Murdoch. Have I ever had a bad comic book shop experience? If so, what happened? There's a shop, I don't want to give the name away, but there's a shop that's local. It's more of a music store / comic book store, and the front of the store is musical equipment, like drums, guitars, more of a rock kind of thing. But in the very back is, it's almost like a house that they turn into a shop. It's a standalone house, but they turn it into like a store. Well, the back 2 bedrooms were comic books. Well, the owner of it's a real pain in the ass. You couldn't take a backpack, you couldn't take a camera, you couldn't bring kids. So for me, I went in. I had my daughter at the time, and they're like, no, we don't allow kids in the back with the comics. And I had like a little backpack type thing that I had my book in, and and like a hard plastic thing that you put like your key books in to keep them nice. I had that, and they're like, you can't bring that in. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going in. So I left. I never went back. So other than that, I shop at Heroes Haven, and they are fantastic with customer service. So I've never been to another shop other than Heroes Haven. And I mainly just pick up my pull list. And every once in a while during the holidays, they'll have like dollar back issues or something, and I'll buy them. But I typically don't buy my back issues from them. I get them mostly off eBay. Alright. What is the significance of the movie posters on my wall? Well, basically, I love all of these movies. But I have about 25 official movie posters. And I have them rolled up in a tube in my closet. I was going to line all of my walls with movie posters like this. I was going to buy them, put 3 more on this wall, 2 more on this wall, 3 more on that wall. But then I started thinking, I like hanging my prints. So I bought these plastic sleeves and I put my prints on them. So hanging movie posters along the walls kind of took a back seat. But other than that, I love Spider-Man. Cabin Fever is like one of my favorite movies. Friday the 13th is my absolute top 3 favorite movie of all time. Bad Moon is a great... Sorry, guys. Bad Moon is a great, werewolf movie. And, of course, Hellboy. I just try to get a comic book theme. A little bit of a comic book theme going with some horror. Try to mix it up. Other than that, that's the significance of them. But I do have 25 other ones in my closet. All the Star Wars ones. A lot more horror. But I just have them, maybe when we move and we buy a house, I'll have a little bit bigger room, and I'll be able to put up more, hang up more of the posters on my wall. What character do I have the most single issues of? Whew, that's a hard one. I would probably say, what character? So, not a team. I would say probably Wolverine. I have almost almost a complete run of Volume 1, and I have a lot of Volume 2, and then I have a lot of his mini-series and stuff. So he's probably the one character that I have the most comics of. Team-wise, I would say I have the most is X-Men. And single issue-wise, the most I have is Outcast #1. I have 22 copies of issue #1 first print. And I remember when I first started on YouTube, I made a video, and I showed all the... I originally had 25, but I've given a few away in contests. But people were, you know, oh, why'd you buy so many copies? But I guarantee you, when this show hits Cinemax, and it blows up, it's a Robert Kirkman show, and it's on a cable network, where there's no holds barred, there can be gore, whatever, cussing, and this book will utilize that. I'm guaranteed you this book here is gonna skyrocket. It's already going up. It's already up to... I've seen graded ones go for 200, 225. Raw copies going for 40, 50 bucks. So, and I got 22 copies. So if that book takes off, guess what? I'm selling some. Do I ever see myself not buying new comics and sticking with back issues? And this is from Matt Murdock. He doesn't make videos, but he's a really cool YouTuber. He comments on all my videos. I've done a trade with him. The guy's phenomenal, but he doesn't make videos yet. I think we had a conversation. He said he is, but these are his questions. No, I always see myself buying at least some new comics. Sorry, guys. I think I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold. I always see myself buying some. Maybe not as many. But I will always pick up any kind of like Wolverine title or X-Men or any kind of like off-the-wall kind of like horror. I'll always buy those. But I never see myself completely stop buying new comics unless the prices get to be $10 an issue. Then to me it won't be worth it. But I am trying to pick up more of the back issues and, you know, Silver, Bronze, Golden Age. I like some Golden Age books too. If I had to narrow my collection down to one short box, what would I keep? Probably all of my keys, like my Hulk 181, all my early issues of X-Men, early issues of Spider-Man. God, it would be tough because I have so many books. It would be tough to narrow it down to one short box. But I would keep all the comics, like my first comic I ever got, Captain America 207. Those are the books I would keep. They mean the most to me. I love all my books, but if I had to stick to it, that's what I would do. Alright, now here's the question that was asked by Michael Jocko. I love this guy, man. This guy, if you haven't seen his videos, he's from Canada. He's freaking phenomenal. He's a kickboxer, so he's a badass too, so that makes him even better. He's a comic book collector, kickboxer, collector, just all-around awesome guy. He asked, now this is kind of funny, now I don't want anybody taking anything from this, it's all good, clean fun. If YouTube community threw a charity boxing match, would I be willing to step in the ring with We Love Comics? How would I prepare, and which two YouTubers would I have in my corner? Now, We Love Comics, I know me and you patched up some beef, but I'm just going to go along and just joke and have fun with it. But I would prepare by wrapping my hands in Mylar bags. And hopefully you would do poly, so that'd be kind of a cool to see who would win. Who would I have in my corner? Well, of course I'd have Michael Jocko, because if I'm starting to get my ass kicked, he could just jump in and take care of things for me, because he's a kickboxer. And I would have Adam Day, Comic Book Estate, because I know Comic Book Estate is a black belt. And I would have Inside UFO, because he could be throwing out some rhymes, get me pumped, start singing my name, and I would just love it. So that would be awesome. And how would I prepare? I would just go study, you know, just try to figure out, maybe eat some Burger King before, because a junkie loves fast food, man. Eat some Burger King, and just step in the ring and see what happens. Alright, guys, that's it for part 3. Stay tuned for part 4. Thanks again to everybody that's asked questions. This is so much fun. I'm having a lot of fun. There's still a lot of questions to be asked yet or answered. So, keep an eye out. It's a Junkie, and I'm out.